I'm Francisco Calderon, here at Crown for a Cause, where we're going to get some interviews from the models, and hopefully we can get one from the designer. We're here at Crown for a Cause. I'm here with Kyndall. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What made you start modeling, and how old were you?
Well, I had self-confidence issues growing up, and I was 12 when I did start modeling.
Cool. Do you have any upcoming events?
No, I don't have any upcoming events right now, but I do play in tennis tournaments, so I guess that's an event.
Cool. What does fashion mean to you?
Fashion to me means expressing yourself through like clothes, shoes, and just letting whoever you are inside just be out there.
I agree. Other than your parents, who do you consider to be a great role model?
Other than my parents, I would say that Gabrielle Union is a big role model because of her story and what she's been through, and she's just so empowering and just great.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck, and I can't wait to see you on the runway.
Thank you.
Here with Alyssa. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What made you want to start modeling, and how old were you?
I was 11, and I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, so my mom let me go to JC. And when I went to JC, they told me that I should start like modeling, doing print work and runway, and I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And so after me doing it, I decided I really liked to do it.
Other than modeling, what other type of stuff do you like doing?
I'm a competitive hip-hop dancer, so I do that.
How long have you been doing that?
2 years.
Cool. Other than your parents, who do you consider to be a great role model?
My grandma, for sure.
Why do you say that?
Because she stands up for what she believes in, and she's very hardworking, and I admire that.
Sounds awesome. If you had a friend who was being bullied, what type of advice would you give to them, or how would you help them?
I would say that having confidence is the best thing, especially when people are trying to take down your confidence. Always try to build yourself up, and I know that's definitely hard because I've had my birthmark since I was ever since I was born, and I've definitely gotten some comments about it, and it's just embracing all of your flaws and trying to make them as great as they can be.
I agree with you completely. What career field do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be an attorney.
Why?
Because I definitely like helping people and standing up for what's right, and just basically showing people that they have what they got it.
I agree. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm here with Ashleigh. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What made you want to start modeling, and how old were you?
When I was 7, I read a book series called The Cupcake Diaries by Coco Simon, and one of the characters named Emma was a model, and I thought it would be really cool to be a model just like Emma.
Awesome. When you aren't modeling, what other type of stuff do you like doing?
I like to play with my dogs, read, I do swimming and dance. I also like to do voiceover and acting.
What type of dogs do you have?
I have a Border Collie Australian cattle dog mix named Heidi and a Border Collie Lab mix named Sally.
Awesome. Do you have any upcoming events?
Yes, I do.
What are they called?
I have a heartfelt fashion event, and I have a labor of love.
Awesome, I'm going to be there too. Who other than your parents do you consider to be a great role model?
I would say Rowan Blanchard because she's so inspiring. She works with lots of charities such as ASPCA, and she's a good reminder that girls can make a good change on the world.
I completely agree. If you had a friend who was interested in modeling, what advice would you give to them?
I would give them, don't let it go to your head if you got turned down, because you get turned down a lot before you get a job.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I can't wait to see you on the runway, and good luck.
Thank you.
I'm here with Mya. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What made you start wanting to model, and how old were you?
Well, I never had an interest in modeling, but when I go out in public, people are like, "Oh, do you model? You should model." So I kind of just pushed it off for a long time. But my freshman year, I was like, well, I should give it a try. So I looked into an agency, and I called them and I emailed them about auditioning for them, and then I got accepted into their agency, which I'm still currently with now.
That sounds awesome. When you aren't modeling, what else do you like doing?
Well, I started off dancing when I was 3, so when I'm not modeling, I continue dancing, and I'll be working on my 14th year next season when dance starts back around.
Wow. Do you have any upcoming events?
I do. Matter of fact, I'll be walking in Colombian Fashion Week June 21st through the 23rd, I believe. And then I have a show in Miami on July 22nd. And then I have a play in September 15th. And then I have one more fashion show in August. I think it's the 13th.
Wow, so you have a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Other than your parents, who do you consider to be a great role model?
I consider my grandma because she raised 3 sons by herself. So she was hustling back and forth with different jobs, and she's a strong woman.
Wow. If you had a friend who wanted to start modeling, what advice would you give to them?
I would tell them to look into some agencies, like talk to some people who are with agencies, and just find out what's best for them, and just keep it going, and make sure you market yourself, and just have that confidence that you need as a model.
I agree. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
I'm here with London. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. What made you want to start modeling, and how old were you?
I wanted to start modeling because I thought it was going to be a good thing for me to show my personality and my confidence.
Cool. When you aren't modeling, what type of stuff do you like to do?
Take vacations
Where?
to different states or countries.
Cool. Who other than your parents do you think is like a great role model?
My friends.
If you had a friend being bullied, what advice would you give them?
To tell an adult.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A teacher.
Why?
Because I want to make other kids smart.
If one of your friends wanted to be a model, what advice would you give them?
To keep their head up and sometimes smile or sometimes not smile.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
You're welcome.
We're here at Crown for a Cause. I'm here with the designer and the organizer, Shanelle. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. When did you know you wanted to be a designer?
Actually, designing, that was something that actually chose me. I just learned how to sew last year.
Really?
So I just went out, I bought my sewing machine, bought all my equipment, and it picked up from there.
Wow. Could you tell us a little bit about your brand, like a little background?
Okay, well, my brand is basically promoting modesty in young women to cover their bodies and basically focus on more of their morals and their principles instead of using their body as attention, but mostly just basically providing the tools that they need to be modest. So that I make clothes for that.
Cool. What designer has been the most influential to you and why?
The most influential? I'm actually like a non-brand person. Like I don't have name brand anything, but I respect their hustle. You know, them trying to push their brand and make a living and do good. I respect it.
Absolutely. Who do you look up to most and why?
I would say my mom, because when we were younger, she struggled real bad with a drug addiction, and she overcame that. So it's been about maybe 16 or 17 years since she dealt with that. So watching her overcome that, it just gave me life.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
When you aren't designing, what type of other stuff do you like doing?
I paint, I crochet, I love to meditate, and I do a lot of praying and reading my Bible and things like
Awesome.
that. I don't do too much TV.
Cool. What have been some obstacles in the fashion industry, and how did you overcome them?
Obstacles? I would say more financially, just because I'm a single mom, just trying to take care of my household and provide for my business and pushing my brand. So that's really it.
That is definitely really hard.
Yeah.
If you had like a person who was like trying to get into designing and stuff, what advice would you get them, like if they were just starting off?
I would say try to be as creative as they can, be unique, and never forget the moral code to whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just always hold on to your morals, because when you get into an industry, immediately they try to strip you from what you stand for in order, especially when they throw money at you. So just holding on to that, I would say, is like the biggest thing with any field you will be in. But as far as designing specifically, just stay creative and stay on track, stay focused, and just be you.
Yeah, standing out is definitely really important.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me to your event and talking with me.
Thank you for coming.
No, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing show. I hope you guys liked those interviews, and I'd just like to give a big thanks to all the models and to the lead designer, Shanelle, for taking a few moments to speak with me and answering my questions. It was such a pleasure to be at this event.